Most of us have visited an aquarium, whether with our families, friends, or on a school trip. For many, the most memorable part is seeing the dolphins or orcas perform in perfect sync with their trainers. But have we ever paused to think about what lies behind those moments of entertainment? Imagine a baby dolphin separated from its family in the wild, trapped in a small tank, and forced to perform for visitors' amusement. This is the reality for thousands of marine animals today. We visit aquariums, often believing that the experience is beneficial and harmless. But there is a bigger question we need to ask ourselves. Is it ethical to keep marine animals in captivity for entertainment, education, or profit? As long as we continue to support aquariums that cause more harm than good, we, as visitors and consumers, become part of the problem. And if we truly care about protecting our planet and its wildlife, this issue matters to all of us. As a marine science student, I too am inspired by the wonders of the underwater world. However, after reading posts and comment debates on social media claiming that these shows are harmful and should be banned, I began researching the realities of marine captivity. What I found changed the way I view aquariums entirely. Now, I firmly believe that aquariums should prioritize the rescue and rehabilitation of marine animals over entertainment because these creatures deserve the chance to thrive like any other species. In this page, I will discuss the ethical issues of confining marine animals, the harm caused by entertainment-focused practices, and how aquariums can shift toward responsible rescue and rehabilitation models to better serve both animals and society. First, it is important to recognize that marine mammals are biologically and behaviorally unsuited to life in captivity. In many facilities, commercial profit and visually appealing shows are prioritized over genuine conservation and animal welfare. My perspective is supported by rigorous research, including the 2023 sixth edition of The Case Against Marine Mammals in Captivity, authored by Rose, Soller, and Parsons on behalf of the Animal Welfare Institute and World Animal Protection. This report highlights the challenges faced by marine mammals in captivity, and many of the facts I will be sharing today are drawn from their vital findings. The first key problem is that concrete tanks and small sea pens cannot replicate the vast and complex environments of the open ocean. Dolphins and whales naturally travel long distances and dive deep for food and social interaction. Yet, even the largest aquarium tanks provide less than 1 millionth of their natural range. As a result, captive marine mammals face transport-related risks, failed breeding, and stress-related illnesses, which combine to make survival far lower than in the wild. One study cited in the report shows a six-fold increase in mortality risk for bottlenose dolphins during transportation. The second issue is that marine mammals continue to be captured from the wild and bred in captivity for commercial purposes rather than conservation. Capture hotspots such as Japan and Cuba persist, disrupting wild populations. Although captive breeding is often promoted as conservation, there is no documented case of a self-sustaining population being successfully reintroduced into the wild. These problems are further magnified by the way aquariums shape public perception, often portraying captivity as educational and beneficial. Some argue that dolphin and orca shows inspire interest in marine life and educate the public. But what visitors often do not see is the suffering behind the scenes. This misrepresentation hides animal suffering and sustains a harmful cycle of demand, profit, and exploitation. Taken together, these issues show that keeping marine mammals for entertainment is ethically and scientifically problematic. Moving on to my second main point, let's explore effective solutions that aquariums can adopt to truly benefit marine animals and society. While some facilities still prioritize entertainment, there is a better path forward. One based on rescue, rehabilitation, and education. First, aquariums should operate as rescue and rehabilitation centers rather than entertainment venues. This means taking in injured, stranded, or orphaned marine animals, providing proper medical care, and releasing them whenever possible. Captive breeding should only occur when it has a clear conservation value, such as preserving endangered species. Breeding non-endangered species that will never be released cannot be considered conservation. In fact, captive breeding often leads to early deaths, inbreeding, and hybridization, and therefore should be strictly regulated with the sole focus on long-term species survival, not commercial gain. Second, aquariums should promote genuine conservation through responsible habitat design and ethical sourcing. In 2024, Nathan Reynolds, CEO of International Concept Management, or ICM, published an article outlining the company's partnership with Cambodia to support ecotourism and conservation land development. Its Angkor Wildlife and Aquarium project demonstrates this model with realistic habitats and eco-friendly systems that support animal welfare rather than entertainment. Third, aquariums must provide meaningful education. Instead of showcasing animals for entertainment, they should teach visitors about marine ecosystems, threats faced by wild populations, and the importance of habitat protection. Through guided tours, interactive exhibits, and school programs, education-focused facilities can inspire long-term environmental responsibility. Now that we've examined the challenges and explored solutions, let's consider the third point: why this ethical shift can bring real benefits, not just for marine animals, but also for aquariums and society. Firstly, prioritizing conservation, animal welfare, and education provides meaningful long-term benefits. When aquariums adopt responsible models such as those demonstrated by ICM and Angkor Wildlife and Aquarium, they create healthier environments for animals, more informed communities, and stronger institutional credibility. Welfare-focused facilities designed by ICM prioritize spacious and rich habitats and proper medical care with rehabilitation support, improving recovery outcomes, species protection, and ethical long-term care. Meanwhile, Angkor Wildlife and Aquarium's interactive exhibits and programs help visitors, especially younger generations, develop a sense of stewardship toward marine life. Finally, ICM's commitment to working with responsible animal providers with its emphasis on eco-friendly, sustainable infrastructure shows that ethical aquariums can remain financially viable without exploiting animals. In other words, ethical practices support animal welfare, strengthen public trust, and ensure sustainability for the industry. In conclusion, when aquariums prioritize entertainment over ethics, marine life pays the price. True conservation is not achieved through animal shows, but through rescue, rehabilitation, education, and respect for these animals. By enforcing strict regulations, partnering with credible organizations, and improving public education, we can better protect marine animals, advance scientific understanding, and support long-term conservation. I urge everyone, as members of the public and future decision makers, to support aquariums that prioritize rescue and rehabilitation. Ask questions about their practices, choose to visit ethical facilities, and help spread awareness about marine conservation. Together, we can be the generation that gives marine life a voice, not cages. Thank you.